extraction area, if you please.
Don't be ridiculous.
The main job of an actor is to tell the story by acting out one of the characters. But sometimes some of these actors find themselves in these situations where they aren't acting but still portraying these characters. Let's see some of them. In the phone booth scene in Rain Man. In the phone booth scene where Huffman farted and Tom asked if he really farted happened for real and was improvised in his character. All the dialogue that happened in this was completely unscripted.
Did you fart, Ray?
Fart.
Did you fucking fart?
Fart.
Oh, man. Look at this.
Apart from unforeseen cases like Huffman's, let's see how an actor channeled his real feelings into his character. In The Elephant Man, John Hurt was sincerely devastated by the special effects made on his body. His reactions in most of the scenes while acting showed how uncomfortable he was. This was less acting and more of coping under this condition.
I could not say that were it not for you.
John specifically describes this makeup effect as excruciating, and this made him easily cry in emotional scenes. These cries seemed like genuine acting, but they were mostly from frustration and pain.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Very good, my friend.
In Alien starring John Hurt, there was a genuine shocker that happened in one of the scenes. Most of the actors in this scene weren't prepared for the special effects placed on John Hurt's body. This therefore informed how genuine their shock and reactions were in this scene. It's very shocking how extreme some actors can go to achieve a certain look for a role.
Verstehen Sie mich?
Ja.
Was machen Sie da?
Adrian Brody went to the extreme to drop his body weight to achieve his role in The Pianist, which later won him an Oscar. This process is usually referred to as method acting. This happens when an actor decides to deprive himself from his normal routine to look a certain way for a role. In this case, Brody was a weak pianist who couldn't fight in the war.
Danken Sie Gott nicht mehr. Es ist sein Wille, dass wir überleben. Naja.
On the other hand, Robert De Niro did the exact same thing as Adrian Brody, but in the opposite direction.
Wait. Good. Okay? Happy? Happy?
That's all I want. That's all I want.
Here. No more. There.
Pardon me about a steak?
To achieve the look of a championship boxer and raging bull, Robert decided to change his eating habits and got some extra supplements to bulk up.
For the most of the time. Now it's Kurt Robinson. Coming at Robinson again. Both hands to the head. Left.
This process helped Robert look realistic for the audience, and the film went on to also win him an Oscar. Horror films are very scary, but how about we talk about what actors on that set experienced?
Will you let him answer?
No.
Why not?
In The Exorcist, the scene where the demon possessed Regan had some genuineness to it. Max von Sydow was not present when Regan was prepared with special effects. His first reaction seeing her was a genuine surprise.
Hello, Reagan.
In some cases, actors tend to take their roles personally to bring out the realistic form of the character. In The Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio went out of the ordinary to eat raw bison liver. There are cases where directors had put all the plans for a scene in place, but difficulties with props occur, causing an actor to get confused.
Surprising.
Psycho?
Rarely. Interested?
In Batman Dark Knight, the scene where Joker was supposed to blow up the hospital, Heath Ledger was caught off guard when the expected blast didn't happen. Sometimes the reactions of an actor in certain situations may seem like acting, but they are usually genuine, especially when accidents happen. Let's check out some accident scenes on sets and the actors' real reactions to them. In Apocalypse, the scene where Martin got very freaked out, he encountered an accident on set which was totally not part of the plan. To create more fun while shooting, actors sometimes try to unwind by playing pranks on each other. In Friends, the scene where Ross brings Ben to stay with Rachel, David Schumer and the crew had planned to prank Rachel.
Yo, you guys are serious. You gotta stop doing
This same occurrence happened to Leonardo DiCaprio while shooting Django Unchained. In the scene where DiCaprio was supposed to portray his anger, Leonardo injures his hand on a glass on the table.
Hey! Lay your palm flat on that tabletop! If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is going.
In Birds of Prey, in the police station scene where Margot Robbie had a stunt performance, Margot missed her movements and made real contact with the stunt double's leg. This was hurtful, but unintended, but the director knew that the sequence was too good to cut. In Avengers Endgame, the scene where Tony Stark met his dad, Tony mistakenly hit his leg on one of the props.
Yeah, Dr. Soul, no, haven't seen a soul. Pardon me. I know you.
Speaking about accidents on set, Viggo Mortensen had quite a number of experiences. In The Lord of the Rings, Viggo suffered quite an amount of life-threatening injuries. In a fight scene, Viggo's stunt double missed the target he was supposed to throw his knife at, and the knife came straight for Viggo's face. Viggo was lucky enough to deflect this knife with his fighting instincts. In some moments, the synergy between actors might not be a result of friendship or smoothness between them, but a feeling of mutual dislike. In The Shining, Shelley Duvall admits that she never really liked Jack Nicholson while acting with him because he freaks her out with his looks and awkward acting methods.
Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff.
Actors sometimes allow their intrusive thoughts to become some sort of improvisation. In The Avengers, the scene where Tony Stark mentioned shawarma was not part of the story. He was really serious about eating shawarma.
Heard shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
We're not finished yet.
This led the production team to shoot the post-credit scene where the Avengers ate shawarma. In The Hangover, the scene involving Mike Tyson had some unexpected improvisations as he could almost not be directed as an actor.
Close, my guy.
In Pirates of the Caribbean, the scene where Johnny falls off the ship was a real accident.
There's something! Hey, Scungili!
In Big Bang Theory, Sheldon muffled his lines and had to take it again.
No. Ken, where do you want me to go from? I'm sorry, is the winner of the Physics Bowl the team that has the most fun?
In a heartbreak scene in M.E., myself and Irene, Jim got emotional. To make things hilarious for the audience, Jim started making a whistling noise with his nose. In Yes Man, the iconic scene where Jim and his co-actor sang together was a blooper, but look at how perfect it turned out.
And I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want those kind of things.
In The Grinch Hates Christmas, Jim improvises by mimicking the film director. He also gave an exaggerated reaction to the imaginary acting of the dog.
Brilliant! You reject your own nose because it represents the glitter of commercial.
I hope you enjoyed watching that. Check out the times when real criminals were hired to act.